Hello, my name is Fatima, and Canadian history is a huge part of my identity. It may seem that Canada is a very well governed country with lots of freedom, and don't get me wrong, it definitely is. But our history was pretty dark, and it didn't offer much freedom. As I talk about Canadian history, I would like to present to you a book called Alone in an Untamed Land. Alone in an Untamed Land is the diary of a young girl named Helen St. Onge. Most of this diary was written in Montreal, New France, 1666. This book deals with Helen and her older sister being sent to New France as filles du roi. Filles du roi are women who arrive to New France to marry on behalf of the king's orders. Well, actually, it's Helen's older sister Catherine that has to go to New France to marry. But since both their parents had passed away, Helen had to come along with Catherine. Unfortunately, Catherine got seasick and eventually died from it. Now that Catherine is dead, Helen has to go to New France to marry. When they finally arrive to New France, Helen is given some time to think about who she wants to marry and if she actually does want to get married. She's given time to think because she is very young. A few months had passed and Helen decides to marry a man named Deschamps. Deschamps was actually a man who had traveled with her to New France, and so they got married, and this is how basically the story goes. I really encourage you to read this book. This book has real archival information in the back, which I found really interesting. I really enjoyed reading this book because the story took so many unexpected turns, which made it so much more interesting. Once again, I would really encourage all of you to read this book. The book I presented to you was Alone in an Untamed Land, the diary of a young girl named Helen St. Onge, and the author of this book was Maxime Trottier. The diary entries took place mostly in Montreal, New France, 1666. Thank you.